Virgo. All right, you have the Emperor, which is Aries card. So you may be dealing with an Aries, a fire sign, an Aries, Libra, or Sagittarius. But again, the Emperor is somebody who's tried and true. It doesn't surprise me, Virgo, because the Emperor is somebody who's very traditional. So if you're single, you're looking for something traditional. I swear, I don't know if it was last month or the month before, I think you guys got something very similar to this. But the Emperor is kind of a tried and true energy. This is a kingship about structure and authority. And as we know, you're an earth sign, so you are about structure. You are about working hard, kind of a leader. So if you're single, you're definitely looking for something in particular. If you're single, you definitely have traditional values. Now, I'm not saying it has to be traditional, like man and woman and get married and have babies. I'm saying whatever's traditional for you, you're following that pattern. And you're being very serious about it. The past couple of months, you guys have been a little more serious in love. Before, you were kind of like, I could take it or leave it. But now you guys have been moving forward at kind of a steady pace. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is saying that you're basically the one in control here. Now, I know I'm going to get the cross watchers who say, no, I'm in control, Virgo screwed me, and that's fine. I always get that every read, because obviously this is not going to pertain to everybody's situation. But the Emperor, for me here, in this position for the theme of the month for Virgo, tells me that Virgo has control on whether they're going to get back together with this person, communicate with this person, how far and when and if, etc., etc. So the next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Two of Wands. I like the Two of Wands for you because this means you're trying to break ground. This is you wanting to get something started. So if you're single, you definitely want to break ground with somebody. You definitely want a new chance. You definitely want to look forward and plan and goals. You're tired of looking back. You're tired of remembering bad dates, remembering bad relationships. This is you putting plans in motion, wanting to meet somebody to put plans in motion with, somebody to have goals with. You may have met one or two people, although I feel like you're really holding out for something significant. There's a reason you're holding out. You're like you found it before, and now you'll know it when you find it again. But you're waiting. It's like you're waiting, not that you're not putting effort into it, not that you're waiting for it to fall into your lap, but you're waiting for something in particular that you're interested in finding. And once you do, then you're ready to look forward, plan, and make some goals with that person and get started. I feel kind of like maybe that's where the anxiety is coming, that you're kind of like, you can't wait for this to come into play, but you're also being very very kingly about waiting until it happens and not rushing it along. If you're looking to reconcile, this tells me that there may be some communication. You are hoping to possibly move forward with this person. You are hoping to plan something with this person. But again, it feels like you're controlling the situation. Just be careful with that, though, because if you continue to think you're controlling the situation, you may just control the situation to the point you control them out of your life. The next card you have, and I'm not saying you're trying to control them, I'm just saying if you're trying to be the one who makes, the decisions on, well, now I'll spend time with you, it needs to be a give and take. The next card you have is the Queen of Swords, which is also a fire energy. You're starting out with two fire energies and a fire energy here. So again, you may be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who's very confident. This is how you're feeling coming into the month, which meshes perfect here with Aries card, because the Queen is somebody who's very full of ferocity, very passionate, very confident, not afraid to say what's on her mind, his or her mind. So if you're single, you're feeling confident. You're feeling confident that you are going to find somebody. You're feeling confident in the decisions you're making when it comes to dating people. You're feeling confident if you decide not to see somebody, that's a good decision. I still feel like this is you building up towards meeting somebody pretty significant to you. It's like you can feel it. Maybe that's where my anxiety was coming from, because it was like bubbling up. Like I can almost feel like it's coming. And the Queen is saying that you're feeling that energy coming into this month. And you're fine being alone. That's the biggest thing about Virgo, is like, when to pull back and go into solitude, because you're just okay with being alone. So whether you find somebody right now or not, you're confident that you will, and you're confident in being by yourself and being happy as well. If you're looking to reconcile, there is some sort of confidence here. I feel like maybe they're contacting you, or you've contacted them, and you're feeling like, hey, there is a possibility here. Hey, I haven't lost all chance of getting together with this person, or I thought that fire was completely out, but maybe there's still some sort of, so you're feeling like maybe a little giddy, like there's a chance here, and I never thought, I never thought there was a chance in hell, but for some reason it's connecting this month. The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, could be childhood, and you have the Seven of Wands. Again, fire energy all the way across here. The Seven of Wands is your distant past, and I read this together for anybody who's looking to reconcile, as well as anybody who's looking for love, because it's generally, this card is usually read because this is saying, look, if it's a positive card, which most cards can be construed as positive, but some have a darker meaning. But if it's a positive card, it says, hey, remember that this month. There's a reason you need to remember these good things from the past so that you can bring them forth. And if it's a negative card, then remember the things that you don't want to, the patterns you don't want to repeat. The Seven of Wands is about priorities. It's about defense. It's about strategy. So at some point, this definitely says that this comes down to there was somebody you were with who had a strategy or plan all along to kind of take advantage of you, or if you got divorced, or if you were seeing somebody for a long time, this person was not generous with you. They did not have their priorities straight. You were not one of their priorities, and you made them a priority, but all along there was a strategy. I don't know, there's something really strong coming in about like somebody just really breaking you over the coals, like a divorce that they took you for everything, or blindsided you with, or you didn't see it coming, and they knew for like years that they were going to leave you. They knew that they didn't love you, but they stuck with you because Virgos are such competent people to be in a relationship with, that they kind of stuck with you to get what they needed and then moved on. So that's coming in really strong here, that like you had your priorities straight, you were on the right track, and then they just kind of had a strategy and like threw your whole world upside down. And this month you're kind of like, that's why you're being so particular about who you want to date, who you want to meet, because you know the signs very well now of somebody who's being genuine with you and somebody who just wants to take advantage. The next card you have is your immediate past. Over the past few weeks, past month or so, and you have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about leaving a situation. It's about retreating. So if you're single, I feel like maybe you stopped dating, you kind of took a complete hiatus, and now you're slowly coming back into it. Because again, this is the past, few weeks, past month or two. So I think you've kind of taken a break, and now you're interested in seeing what's out there. Again, you have something in particular on your mind as far as what you're looking for. And so, you have something on your mind as far as what you want. So this is definitely saying, you may have abandoned dating altogether. You retreated for a while. This is also vacation, so you may have just taken some time off in general to go somewhere, to travel, to kind of get out of your own head. But this says if you're single, you took some time off. You were like, all right, I'm good. This isn't working for me. I'm not finding what I want. Either I'm not going about it the right way, or I just am not, it's not my time. And now you're coming in feeling a little more confident, feeling a little more like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I know what I want. I'll just do it my way. I'll just date the way I want, date who I want. As far as like going on second dates, third dates, you're just you're looking for something in particular, someone in particular, a certain situation in particular. Maybe it emulates a past relationship that was good but didn't last for some reason, and now you've realized what it takes, where you went wrong, where they went wrong, and you're hoping you can fix that in a future relationship. If you're looking to reconcile, this definitely says that this person is not talking to you, or you're not talking to them. You guys have pretty much abandoned each other. You're going in opposite directions. But again, this past few weeks, past month or two, because I feel like there's some sort of communication came in here, and some of it was like a surprise. You were just kind of like, really? I never thought I'd hear from you again. Or, but again, this is you guys completely parting ways, having separate lives, even, dating other people. The next card you have is your distant future, so throughout August, September, and you have the Three of Wands. You have frickin' fire energy all over here. So either you've got fire in your chart, or you're dealing with fire signs, or a fire sign is going to be a really good fit for you. The Three of Wands is very similar to the Two of Wands, because once you meet this person that you want to start planning and having and making goals with, this is you kind of waiting to break ground with that person. The Three of Wands is now you breaking ground with that person, and now this is when stuff starts getting really good, because the next card, the Four of Wands, and you have 2, 3, so why not the 4 somewhere? The Four of Wands is about happiness and completion. The Three of Wands is about getting there. This is about partnership. It's about growth. Both of these cards are planning and looking forward cards and goals, but this is actually growing now. This is actually partnering together and growing. So if you're single, there's a partnership coming in. You're waiting to break ground with them. You may have even met them. They just don't know. Like, you already feel this way about them, but they're not quite there yet. And so you're just waiting for them to kind of feel that way, but you know it's coming, and that's why you're feeling confident. And then you'll get to this point where you're actually progressing and growing into, you know, it seems like it could be a very healthy and long-lasting relationship. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like there is a chance here if you guys can get your shit together. And I say that because I feel like in the past, you guys have gone your separate ways, gotten back together, gone your separate ways, gotten back together. Nobody wanted to be the one to say, hey, this is what I want. Hey, this is what I need from you. This is where we should go if we're going to get back together. This is how it should be. You were both too, like, nobody wanted to take the reins, so it was easier just to ignore it. And now it feels like if you actually do reconnect with this person, you should have some serious conversations about where you guys want to be. And if you guys could see yourself in the long term being together still. The next card you have is your immediate future, and there you show up. And I always think it's really healthy when you show up to your own read. You have the Hermit, which is your card, Virgo. So this says over the next few weeks, this is exactly what you're doing. You may have met somebody, or maybe you've met a few people, or maybe somebody came back, Virgo. Maybe there's a reconciliation coming on, because this says that you're not needing to, like, run out and date. There's somebody in the works, or you're talking to one or two people. This is you going back into, like, your man or woman cave, kind of, you know, doing the retreat again, but retreating towards somebody, if that makes sense. Retreating from the dating world, because either you've met somebody, or you're going to meet somebody this month, or somebody's coming back in your life, and you're going to be like, hey, you know, I'm not going to date anybody. I'm going to see what this person's up to. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you going into solitude. This is you gaining the wisdom of what you need to progress. And I think that you're going to really think about it and decide whether this is somebody that you could see yourself planning a future with again, and deciding whether you're going to run or whether you're going to come out and be this person and say, hey, what are we doing here? Are we going to try and make something work? Are we going to get together again? Or should we just cut this off completely? The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. And you have the Moon card, which is Pisces card. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, or you could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So the Moon says that throughout the month, if you're single and you think that this person could be really good for you, or there's one or two people you could think, or there's somebody coming back in here, the Moon is saying, be careful of not overthinking things, because the Moon is often representing fear or illusions, but a lot of it, it's like paranoia. It's in your own head. So maybe if somebody does come back, you're thinking, oh, great, we'll get back together, or they're thinking that, but then maybe they're not moving as fast as you thought, or maybe they're not being as attentive as you thought. So you've got to just be careful to not assume, or like, even if you just started dating somebody and you're pretty sure this is somebody you could see yourself breaking ground with, they're not giving you the signs to make you feel confident that that's the person. But I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I feel like they've got other things going on. They're busy. I feel like they're unsure about you. They're feeling kind of unsure about you and what you want, because even though you kind of know in your head, Virgo's not the best at, like, expressing that emotional part of it. And so they may be like, I'm not sure that he or she likes me. And you may be thinking the same thing. But again, a lot of times that's in your head. Anytime I see the Moon card, I use that expression of being like in the woods and there's a sliver of a moon and there's a giant object up ahead, but you can't tell if it's a bear or a rock. And so you're going to assume one way or the other, and you could be completely wrong. And that's kind of how this is working. So at some point, it could be for an hour, it could be for a day, you may be second guessing this person, or they may be second guessing you, but I don't think you need to read too much into it. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very much similar in the sense that you're thinking, oh, we could possibly reconcile here, this may be good. They're thinking the same thing, but they're like waiting for you to make a step, and you're waiting for them to make a step. So if this is what you want, Virgo, and any cross watchers who are watching right now, if this is what you want, then somebody speak up and say something, or you guys are just going to go away from each other again. The next card you have is anything you're going to feel throughout the month. So anything, and you have yet another fire sign card here. Anything you're going to feel throughout the month, it could be the beginning, middle, end, it could last a day. Again, you have the Five of Wands, which is about priorities, but this is also about chaos. Again, this is internal, so this is how you're feeling. So Virgo, I think if you're dating somebody, or if you're starting to see somebody, you are going to feel a little chaotic because you're going to feel like your priorities are shifting. You want to spend a lot of time with this person, but you may feel like they have some competition. You may feel like this illusion of the moon may make you feel like they don't like you as much as you like them, or vice versa, because you may feel like, well, I know I like you, so why are you still on the dating sites? But they just may not have caught up with you. But again, this right here is some sort of chaos, but it's a controlled chaos. It can be a controlled chaos, and I think a lot of it is, Virgo, you've really started to like somebody, or somebody came back into your life and you're trying to figure out, how am I going to fit them into my family, my work? Because as we know, you guys are really always grounded as far as work and family and everything goes. So definitely you may feel this energy, but don't let it overwhelm you. If you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar. You guys are kind of like going side by side this month, in situation wise, because this is also you going, hey, I didn't know that I'd ever hear back from this person again. If I really want this person in my life, where can they fit? How can I fit this into my life? How can I fit them into where I'm going and where I'm moving forward? Because if you want to move forward with them, somebody's got to speak up and say something. The next card you have is your hopes or fears for the outcome of the month. And again, this is internal, and you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is somebody who is not taking crap from anybody. I'll just put that out there right now, Virgo. So you may, if you're single, you may be like, just make sure it's not because of this. Make sure it's not based on an illusion of you thinking that they're not being like open or honest with you, or they're hiding something. Because this is you trying to find the truth. This is you learning, seeking clarity, etc. So I feel like if you're single, you may feel like, if this is somebody who came back from your past, you really need some answers. Like, well, what do you want from me, and where do you see us going forward, etc., etc. But if it's somebody new, you're definitely wanting to know, like, do you like me? Do you have an attraction to me? What are you looking for? This is you asking questions this month, saying, are we on the same path? Do we have the same goals? Are we planning the same things? Because I think we could, but I need to hear it from you. I need to know where you are on this. If you're looking to reconcile, this is very much you guys trying to figure out what happened, why it didn't work out. Any unanswered questions need to be talked about now. Any any secrets, anything, all of it needs to come out into the open if you have an expectation of this working out. But again, you need to get the answers you seek to move on. And if you don't get what you need, then you may not move on, and you guys may go your separate ways again. Because I feel like you could take it or leave it. Like, yes, there's a connection. Yes, you love them, but at the same time, you're not, like I said with this Queen, you're not worried about being alone if you need to be alone. The next card you have is your outcome of the month, and you have Temperance. So this is saying be patient. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, you need to be patient. By the way, Temperance is a fire sign energy card. Temperance is Sagittarius' card. So you're definitely either dealing with a fire sign, we're dealing with a fire sign, etc., etc., or again, a water sign here. But the Temperance is about moderation, it's about balance, and it's about patience. So if you're single, be patient. Don't start inventing things in your head as to why, oh, they don't like me as much because they're not texting me as much as I text them. They haven't gotten off the dating site, and I was off the dating site like a week ago. Don't read into any of that. Be patient. Take everything, in moderation, and remain balanced. Because if you start to get unbalanced, then Virgo, you start to get not spiteful, but you start to get annoyed, and then you become unbalanced. And the more unbalanced you become, the less planning and growth in moving forward you do. So Temperance is saying, just be patient. If you're looking to reconcile, it's the same thing. If they came back to you or you came back to them, however it happened, whatever this communication is, whatever it is, this is saying, look, you've got to remember that you guys both have, your own lives, that you both have your own your own things that you're concentrating on, things that you're taking care of in your life. So you can't just come back and expect everything to start off where it left off a year ago, 2 years ago, a month ago, 3 months ago, because you both have developed other things in your life that that are happening for you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just rambled a little bit, but All right. Your clarifying card for Temperance is Justice, which is interesting. That's a Libra card. So Libra's card is Justice. You may be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But regardless, Justice is saying it. Justice is very similar to this Page of Swords. Justice is looking for a cause and effect, an absolute. Virgo, you are very much about having an absolute answer, about knowing absolutely what's going on, about having all the answers up front and not feeling like the wool's being pulled over your eyes, etc. And this Justice card is you saying, okay, where are we going? So you may have to be the one to ask, what are we moving on to? Where are we going with this? Because this is you saying, if I'm single and I'm dating this person and I get together with them, can I have this outcome? Can we start planning? Can we make these goals? You're feeling like it's very absolute. Like you feel like this person may be a really good person for you. You're feeling like this person may be a really good inspiration for you. Somebody that you should, spend a lot of time getting to know. But you're really like being particular about the cause and effects in your head as far as what, what the absolutes are. It's almost like you want the answer. Without going through it. It's like you don't want to be tripped up. You don't want to feel like you've been fooled. You want to like, hey, this is the answer. Like I need the answer before I actually have to put the effort into it. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. It definitely feels like you're like, okay, if I date this person or if I get back together with this person, same for reconciliation. If we do this, where are we going? I want to know now so I don't get hurt again, is basically what it comes down to. And guess what, Virgo, like everybody else, you just have to go through it and experience it. Nothing's going to tell you if it's a for sure. Now, I like this clarifying card, the Four of Swords, I like as your clarifying card for the outcome here, the Three of Wands, because the Four of Swords is a first completion. The Four of Swords is a happiness, it's a resting, it's a recuperation. The Four of Swords is saying that you're finally going to feel like you can rest. So if you're single, this definitely feels like you're meeting somebody. This definitely feels like you're going to get what you seek, even though you may feel like they're not being completely open with you or they're dating other people, etc. They're just taking their time, or they've got a lot to take care of. Like I said here, you guys have, your own lives. You can't expect them to just jump and, rush right into something. But again, this is a resting, a recuperation period where you're taking time, and this makes it feels like you're breathing a sigh of relief. You're saying, okay, I've met somebody amazing, or again, there could be reconciliation here that if you're single, you're going to feel like you guys are moving towards this point. Something's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, next month or so, that is going to make you feel like, oh, okay, I don't have to worry about anything. They are on the same page with me. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. You're gonna feel that connection again if you guys have that talk. But like I said, you definitely need to have that talk, because I feel like you guys get back together and say, hey, how's it going? And then nobody says anything, and it's like, well, where are we going with this? So if you really want to move on into a new direction and start over with them, like, you guys need to have some conversations and both put in the effort to make that happen.